This week's episode is brought to you by Blue Harvest Vintage. Are you a collector? Blue Harvest love to help you find that missing piece you need to complete your collection. They have extensive stock of vintage Star Wars vehicles and mint-on-card action figures, as well as new The Force Awakens and Black Series items. Blue Harvest have Funko Pops, Lego, Dinky, Corgi, Matchbox and more. Everything a collector could possibly need. If they don't stock it, then let them know, and their knowledgeable staff will be only too pleased to help. Head to Morley Market in Leeds to see the life-size Darth Vader. Alternatively, reach out to Blue Harvest on Twitter at Blue Harvest UK, Facebook, Blue Harvest Vintage Collectibles, a website, blueharvestvintage.co.uk, or email at blueharvesttoys@gmail.com.
Talk Star Wars is a proud member of the Star Wars Commonwealth Podcast Network. Follow at SW Commonwealth on Twitter and take your first steps into a larger world.
Welcome to TSW After Darkside. First you get the money, then you get the fully armed and operational battle station, then you get the women. Hoo-ha!
I love the drunken Matt Keegan theory, which is that Ben Kenobi wiped out the Jawas and Luke's aunt and uncle so that Luke would come with him.
That's
Bloody
cool.
Nora. I just put Rogue Squadron on there and they've got 43 reviews.
Wow. How long have they been going?
Yeah.
They're up to 80.
I don't know. 81 episodes.
They're on 80 odd episodes, aren't they? Yeah.
Yeah, I think they just published 81. Oh my God, it's Steve.
Oh, there's the
Oh,
white
mistake.
noise that announces his arrival.
My bad.
It's Jen. She's doing the shitter trays.
Oh. What they?
I would have been on earlier, only every
You keep
time
the
my
cats.
Skype thing does an update, it forgets the password. So I have to then
right.
go through two-step verification to put the password in again.
What a son of a
Real
bitch.
grind. Yeah, what a real grind.
You
Do
sound-
you have you put a white noise generator next to your cats to stop them shitting now? That seems a bit harsh.
Can you hear white noise then?
Yeah, it's not since you started talking.
Yeah, you sound good, Steve, until you start moving around and touching the iPad.
So don't do this.
Yeah, every time you
very
do
much
that,
not.
every time you have a masturbate through your trousers,
What about now? Is that too loud or is that all right?
yeah, that's
a bit,
all kinds of bad. All, that's
Bit talk radio.
Hang on, let me put my headset on. Hang on. What one shall I use? Where's my
Oh,
little
look at
one
you.
that you gave me?
I'm not willing to compromise my lifestyle. I need multiple headsets.
Ooh, check you out.
Hang on.
Ooh,
There they
look at the
come.
printer.
Look at her.
I,
One of them looks like a tiara. It's a Bluetooth tiara. Oh, that's...
Oh, I am naked, Steve.
Hey, there he is.
There he is. Look at him. Hey. That's good.
Yeah.
Can we still hear you, though,
Oh,
Steve? Oh, you
too
are
much.
naked, yeah.
Oh, it's contagious.
Why, are you naked, Rob?
No.
I'm naked
Well,
under
I was
these
gonna
clothes.
say,
Yeah, waist down. Yeah.
where's small spleen? I haven't got pants on.
He'll be on in a minute. He's just got...
Oh, no, I have got pants on. Sorry, she's right.
She's American. Don't forget.
I haven't got trousers on, Jen. I've got underwear. No, I will take them off in a minute.
Got his My Little Pony panties on.
My Little Pony. That's what Paul
Friendship is-
wanted for a real
Friendship
horse.
is magic.
Said the
Let me
Jimmy
show you
Savile
just how
voice.
magic it is.
Hang on, I might have to turn the camera off. You're breaking up a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no,
Is your,
sorry.
internet still playing around then? Is
No,
your video is crystal clear on this
Yeah,
side?
no, it's fine. My internet is fine. They've redone it. The amplifiers were in the wrong sequence in the road because they put them in wrong. There's a box right at the bottom of my drive here, right?
Yeah.
And there's my house.
Yeah.
So instead of tying into this box, they went 300 yards down, pushed a cable through, and then tied to that box.
Wow. That's really
And
weird.
the bloke said, "Why the hell did we do that?" And so then they had to change all the amplifiers so they were in sync because they were like 3, 6, 9, 12, 18, 15. So it didn't.
Oh, wow.
So
Okay.
I had red signals, but I'm all right now.
Yeah.
So, also, it's not a problem because my PC was running. My Ethernet card had got stuck on 100 meg. So it was on auto, but it kept sticking on 100 meg. But that's another story. That's nothing to do with the connection. But yeah, so I'm all fine, tickety boo now.
Should we, while we wait for Paul, should we do this voicemail for the After Darkside?
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah. It's from Carlos.
Sure thing.
Carlos Candido. The guy
sweet.
Does the outro music on.
Oh man,
he's awesome.
Yeah, I like Carlos.
Music on
a lot of time for Carlos.
Tom and Saver. This is what he had to say. Then that's not a good
RoboCop.
Now you
Dead
just
or
look
alive,
like
you're coming with me.
you look like you're off Reader's Wives with the black bar across your eyes. You're Reader's Wives.
Oh, or what's his name? I know Levine, something Levine. What's his name? Lever. What's the guy in Next Generation?
LaForge.
LaForge, but he also, what's the character
Geordie
name?
Levine.
What's Geordie Levine?
RuPaul.
What's the actor's name?
Avril. Avril LaForge.
LeVar Burton. LeVar Burton. He's the guy who's doing Reading Rainbow.
LeVar, thank you. I knew LeVar was in there.
From Roots.
Levi Roots, yeah.
Levi Roots.
Got the reggae
sauce.
Yeah. Cool. He did well for himself.
He seems like a nice man.
Who, Levi Roots?
Yeah, he seems lovely.
I wouldn't fuck him.
Okay.
Well, I mean, if we're talking nice, I mean,
it's After Darkside. You can do what you want.
Yeah, exactly. We haven't
he'd have
started
to
the
be
main.
really nice, Rob.
On that subject, Steve, did you hear last week's After Darkside?
Was I on it?
Yeah, you were on it for a
Bits
little while.
of it, yeah. He turned up for parts.
It amazes me how you managed to erase all this stuff from your mind.
I didn't hear it. Was it? Why? What was wrong with it?
Nothing.
Lots of bleeping, Steve.
It was just really good. And Carlos had a question relating to the use of language on the After Darkside. This is Carlos. This is Carlos's voicemail.
Okay.
Hey guys at Talk Star Wars, this is Carlos Candido sending you a message from the comfort of my bed. I'm a little sick, and I'm listening to the After Darkside, and I had to send in a question. And the question is, if you can drop F-bombs on After Darkside, what the fuck are you guys beeping out? That's what I want to know. Thanks. Let me know. Carlos out.
That's a very good question.
Great. So that one, I know the answer to this. If you want, unless you want to.
Does he mean in the After Darkside, or does he mean beeping out in the normal show?
No,
he means After
Darkside. If we
I
F-bombs,
know the answer.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. So the answer is in the After Darkside, we will always, and to be honest, even in the main show, in general on TSW, we will always bleep the C word. That one.
Yeah. but I nearly said it then. But that's
Say it. It's the After Darkside. It's fine.
He can bleep
That's better than fuck. Like, people want to hear, especially from English people. They love a good.
Huh? Am I on what?
I thought we were getting told off then, Mark.
If they bleep the C words. So I'm being asked what? I'm being asked an even better question.
Go on.
If Mark bleeps the C word, how are you on the show, Rob?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you've been really good.
I can't decide if it's because I swear a lot or whether it's a comment that I am one.
The thing is, in answer to Carlos, isn't it? Carlos Candido. In answer to it, over here, kind of go hand in hand. They're not
it's a term of
taboo, are
endearment
they?
over here, almost.
Yeah, but in America, you don't say.
No. We'll have to bleep it. There's about. It's right.
Yeah.
Oh, we can't say. Beep.
I've taken a note.
We say beep, as far as we're concerned, beep is as bad as fuck. Beep.
I must admit, right, there is, in the interest of full disclosure, last week's show, Steve, you used a couple of C words, not the premium C word, because there are two C words.
No, it was the not the value C word.
No,
the one in between, not the finest, not the value. The one in between that's like, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there's
Use
two.
Not clip then.
That got bleeped out a lot.
I should have dropped the.
This is going to be hilarious, but yeah, you used that a couple of times. So because I know that we have ladies that listen, and it's all about context as well. So if we drop the odd F-bomb,
the other C word.
If we drop the big premium C word, I'm worried that we're going to offend a percentage of the audience. So
no, you should never. You should always bleep it out.
If it's in,
that's
if
fine.
It's out of, out of context, the way we use it, I think it could be a little bit flippant. If it was, in a different context, we might get away with it. Not get away with it. We're not going to lose listeners over it. I just don't want to offend anybody. No, but last week's episode, I bleeped more than I needed to because it was funnier with the bleeps. Because Steve, you were talking a lot about nutsacks and squirrels, and I just ended up bleeping. At one point, I bleeped every other word you said because I found it hilarious. So the answer to your question, Carlos, is we will bleep the premium C words so as not to offend a percentage of the audience. But I will sometimes bleep just random stuff because it has comedy value to me.
But I will try and rein in my swearing a bit.
You don't need to. That's what makes it you. On the After Darkside, you do what you want. But on the main show,
they do say that intelligence sort of goes hand in hand with swearing less, which is why I swear a lot.
Well, I must say, a quick quote from a show that I fell in love with recently called The Tunnel. Where this guy was having a conversation with his senior officer as a policeman, and the policeman said to him, because I'm going to use the premium word now, the senior officer said to him, "You're a clever Carl," and Carl said, "You're halfway there yourself, sir." So yes, Steve, it is an indicator of intelligence, but sometimes it also just demonstrates that you are.
I was more pointing towards the lack of intelligence on my part.
There's a quote that I really like. It's from a show I listen to called The Comedy Button, and it's from the father of one of the hosts, Ryan Scott. Profanity is the last resort of an inarticulate motherfucker.
Nice. Brilliant.
It's brilliant. I think that's brilliant. I don't know if it's last resort, but profanity is something like profanity is the device of an inarticulate motherfucker. And I just thought it was amazing.
Very good.
Ricky Gervais got in trouble not in trouble because he doesn't care about it, and I totally agree with him. He said because rhinos, there's like 3,000 left now, and elephants are dropping like flies. Yeah.
What were they doing in the air?
Very heavy flies. Very obese flies. And he said, basically, rhino horn is made of keratin, which is the same as your nails. And I think what else is made of keratin? Nails and something else.
Isn't it? Yeah,
hair. Thank you. Exactly the same as your nails and hair. And then he wanted to say, but the Chinese are using it like it's a magic potion, and he said silly and he got in trouble, but he was deadly serious. He wasn't making a joke. They are silly. Anyone who kills a rhino for a bit of keratin can go out and chop their own hair off and eat it. You know what I mean? You don't need to do it. So he was deadly serious, and people idiots came back on him and said, "Oh, you shouldn't say that." And he's not saying. He said, "I'm not saying it about Chinese people. I'm saying about anyone who kills a rhino for their hair, for the keratin." And it was like so true. God, you can't even. And that is a Britishism, isn't it?
It is. Yeah. Somehow we do manage to sound charming when we say it.
Yeah, well, you can't really say it in a posh voice, can you?
I don't know. I've heard some posh people say that.
You couldn't imagine Mom saying it, could you? Is it Mom as in harm or Mam as in ham? I always get it wrong. Queenie.
Mom.
A mom. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's Mam as in ham. It's actually Mam as in ham. I'm sure it is. You have to say Mam as in ham.
Yeah, I just pictured the Queen saying that now.
Anyway,
it's in ham.
Philip, he's such a. It doesn't really work, does it?
No.
Right. That's enough of the swear words. Carlos, thank you very much for your voicemail, sir. Hopefully you found that bleep fest somewhat interesting.
I loved the tone of voice that Carlos gave in that question. That
was awesome.
What the fuck was bleeped out?
Another listener with an awesome voice. And Carlos has got a Kickstarter going at the moment to try and get his second.
Yes, he has.
Try and get an album. Is it an album or an EP?
I broke my rule, Mark.
What was that, mate?
For that album. I don't do Kickstarter at all.
But you're supporting him.
But I've broken my rule for Carlos.
Good on you. Nice one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now the floodgates are open. You're going to be watching me back all kinds of tat.
Yeah. He's a very talented musician. I love that.
I've got a Kickstarter
AP
for a new
sent me.
4K HDR TV, Rob.
Have you? Well, good luck with that.
No freebies for you.
What are your stretch goals? Speakers?
What am I what? What's a stretch goal?
Stretch goal. So
I'm not doing that. I'm not. There's nothing weird about it.
Do you know what?
You can't use the word stretch.
We've got to switch out of After Darkside mode and get back into normal show mode.
It's kick.
We do.
I'll explain quickly. When somebody goes for a Kickstarter, they come out with an amount of money they want. Stretch goals are if they exceed that by a milestone. So if they ask for 200k and they make 300k, most Kickstarters will build in a stretch goal, which is like, with the extra money, this is what we're going to do.
Oh, okay.
So if it's like a video game,
if you get less?
If you get less, it doesn't get funded. You don't get the money.
You don't get the money. So I'm going to start my kicks. I'm going to do my Kickstarter for £1.
Then you still have to do rewards. This is where a large volume of Kickstarters used to fall over, was they would go, we need exactly $5,000. They'd forget that they also have to do tax, because obviously any money you receive from Kickstarter is subject to tax.
No.
Because you're being paid for a product or service. You also have to have rewards for people who back at different levels. So it might just be, free ones which don't cost you anything. Like, you'll get if you're like an artist, I think I get a digital copy and credit in the liner notes for this album if it gets funded, which I think it will, because he's really good. So I don't see any reason why he can't get funded.
Has he got some promos on YouTube or anything?
I'm not sure actually. Carlos, if you're listening, tweet it as.
Yeah, well, I'd like to have a listen.
Stephen's a bit more. He's a bit more active on Twitter now. Pretend it's a link about puffins, and he will definitely click it. He is a mug.
Puffins. Puffins. I've never had a thing for puffins.
I was in Iceland. They eat puffin there.
Oh, that's horrible.
I didn't eat puffins, but they do.
They're only tiny little things, aren't they?
Yeah, I don't think they're like a main. I think they'll be like a garnish. Yeah,
Jen had squab.
Would you like your Big Mac with puffin?
Isn't that one of those people who can't get magic?
What?
Is that squib? Thanks.
No, she had a squab, and it's like a little. It's like a little baby grouse or something, but she didn't know, and she was like, "What? What's it called, Jen? Squab. Where did we have that? Long Beach Island. I didn't have it. This is before. This is BV. Before vegetarianism for Jen.
Oh right.
We're now in the really. We're in the league where everyone hates us now. We're vegan.
Oh God.
Well, we're transitioning vegetarians.
So what do you do then? You just lick the dew off the grass and hope for the best.
I only eat
that's
human.
That's hurting living things, Mark.
Yeah, I eat human, but that's it. I draw the line.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fair enough.
Well, I've ramped up my meat consumption.
Can't give up your soil and green
because I'm all about offsets.
Yeah, you're offsetting my veganism.
Yeah.
I always said that if I was in the plane that crashed in the
Andes.
Where was it? In Chile, in Argentina, between
Andes.
Argentina and Chile.
In the Andes.
Thank you. That's it. Not your footsies. If I was in there, I'd have eaten the pilot straight away. Even if I plashed on a plane full of food.
We might get rescued, but sod it.
And they'd be like, "Hey, what's going on? We landed safely. I don't
They just
care.
had a rough landing.
Turn over. I want the high knee."
The reason they had a
Give me
rough
a high
landing
knee.
was because Steve had already tucked into the co-pilot.
Yeah. What, Jen? No, we haven't started yet.
Yeah, we have.
Don't swear though, because you'll ruin it. She's already sworn now.
Dribble.
We don't. It's not endless. She said it's inane drivel.
How dare she?
That's Mark's upset now.
I saw his face.
I'm gonna write.
She saw your face on there. Yes, well, he's a very naughty boy, and he's offsetting our veganism with his.
I've got no face.
Eating.
I've just sent a message to Jen.
What have you sent? Not a picture of your winkle.
No, I haven't got a large enough lens.
Why are you all in dark?
It must be an age thing, Mark.
Did Jen say why are we all in the dark?
Mine's actually
like Rob and me that are sitting in brightly lit rooms.
Yeah, I'm in the dark. I'm in the dark here. Oh, that was awesome. What's that from?
I don't know.
No
For
idea.
God's sake.
Scent of a woman, you knobs.
Thank you, Jen. Well done. Jen got it first time.
Scent of a woman, you knobs.
Scent of a woman.
The you knobs is in the.
Do I look like I've seen Scent of a fucking woman?
Rob, seriously, if you haven't seen Scent of a Woman, then you don't deserve to be on this podcast. You haven't either.
Says the vegan.
Mark, have you not seen Scent of a Woman?
No, it's a vegan movie.
No, it's Al Pacino playing a blind veteran who kicks ass. He's awesome.
Can't see.
Mark, you've got to watch Scent of a Woman. Promise me you'll watch it this weekend.
I don't have a weekend.
Well,
I don't
watch it between Saturday and Monday.
Mark, where do you buy your calendars?
Where do I buy my calendars?
You spend the extra.
You got the 22% off one, didn't you?
I just shut down. I'm just in limbo.
Rob, and you as well. Watch Scent of a Woman. Trust me.
If it's Pacino, then I'm already
please, if you're listening to this Dark Side and you think they're blithering idiots because I haven't seen
Did you just say you're supposed to be film buffs?
They're supposed to be.
I know.
film buffs.
It's one of the best movies ever
Oh
made.
yeah, I forgot that they mentioned it in Attack of the Clones. What?
No, they
probably
only
did,
know
to be
their
fair.
canon stuff in Star Wars.
It's not. Scent of a Woman is not fucking Legends, all right? Give me a break.
No, but what I'm saying is, unless it's canon, you're not interested.
I'm interested in Legends.
What's
I
canon?
never shut up about it.
What's Legends?
The old canon.
Oh, I don't know. No, you've lost me. All I'm saying is, watch.
Tremendous.
It's
Fucking
got
hell,
Robin
Steve.
in it as well, from the circusy one that was stupid in Batman.
Oh, Chris O'Donnell
Chris O'Donnell. He's fantastic in
from
it.
Batman Forever, the third best out of the four.
Yeah, and it's a very, very well. You've only got. It's in the same sort of league, I would say, as Good as It Gets.
Okay.
Not a similar film in its story, but a similar feel-good film with just awesome acting, awesome characters, everything.
Okay.
It is just phenomenal. It's like it's compelling viewing.
I don't
Even
know.
though not that much happens.
I'm always tempted to flirt Jack Nicholson, but I'm not confident.
You're not confident to what?
Do a Jack Nicholson. And every time, if somebody mentions an impression, I feel like I might be able to do. I sometimes
I'm not very. I know there's a bit where he goes.
We'll get a Kickstarter going. That'd be a reward.
I know he says.
I'll attempt Jack Nicholson.
He says, "How do you?" He says, "How do you see women so well?" And he says, "I take a man and I take away reason and accountability."
Yeah,
but that's not a very good impression.
That's not terrible. I've heard worse.
I just know the quote. That's one of my favourite films as well.
It is very good. Is that as good as it gets?
Yeah, as good.
Yeah, he doesn't do any better impressions than that.
I would say A Scent of a Woman is on par with As Good as It Gets.
Okay.
It's that good. Very good. I can't believe two film buffs haven't seen one of the greatest movies of all time.
Again, where does this film buff thing come from? I'm not a movie geeks film
artists. That's a very good description.
Steve doesn't remember that you weren't on Movie Geeks film list, Rob.
Yeah, I was like, what's your point?
What was my point?
No,
What's
no,
your point,
Jen, no.
said?
What was it? Yeah, I'm a conner. What's your point?
Film buffs and you haven't
No,
seen that
no, I
film?
don't.
Rubbish.
Tell them they're
Oh,
we're in
there we
After
go.
Darkside.
There's
Don't
another
tell
one.
it like it is. Yay! There you go. And she's American, and she said it. She said, "God damn it, you're a couple of."
Oh, there's another one. Right, I have officially run out of MP3s.
I don't even know where that was from. Was that from Texas?
Officially run out of what?
No.
MP3s.
You have to have one for each beat, right?
Oh, okay.
No.
You have to pay after.
It doesn't look like Paul is going to be on, so should we just move on to the main show?
Okay. Yeah,
the main kahuna.
The big kahuna. Okay, let me just start another record.
I
know when I've been best binned.
Yay. I actually started to nod off at the end, not because of you guys. I literally haven't chatted, so I'm probably just going to jump off now.
Oh, doing your 4 hours a day is killing you, is it?
I don't do 4 hours work a day. How dare you?
It doesn't work that hard.
No.
Yeah, 4 hours a week.
Mate, Steve, maybe it's the burden of the crushing fucking nihilism that you suffer from.
That was a really down way to end the pod. This is a
nihilism is abstaining from moral or religious beliefs, and I have a lot of morals. I don't have any religious belief.
Oh, that's Zionist.
So I guess.
Oh my god!
I'm not religious, so I can't be nihilist. But I know what you mean. I'm definitely a realist, and that people have to know. Otherwise, we don't know. We're not going to do anything about it.
It's just amusing to me that you went from last week wild about nature to this week fuck it. It's all fucked.
Yeah. Well, it is a very downing thing.
It is, but you know.
we can't hide from it. The only way we're going to save it is to acknowledge what's happened and then reverse it. That ain't going to happen. We are going to die. There's literally. I'm Simon Barnes, the famous writer for the Daily Telegraph.
Was he a barrel of fucking sunshine and all?
He is. I met him actually. He's a very nice guy.
Did he open with a sentence about the inevitable heat death of the universe, or was it somebody's birthday?
No, he opened with the fact that there is nothing we can do now.
Oh, Jesus!
But it all comes down to which side you want to be on, and I want to try. Never stop trying. But we are fucked.
You didn't. So did you just go, "Oh, I'm Steve"? It's just like you walk up and you go, "Hi," and he's like, "The heat death of the universe is inevitable. It's just a question of which side you're on when the rapture comes." And you're just like,
I walked up to him and said, "I'm Steve." He said, "You're dead already."
Whatever.
I was like, "What?"
It's all the same fucking doom.
But it's all doom.
It's all doom and gloom.
Mount Doom.
Nah. I encourage. Is this an After Darkside, Mark?
We are recording an After Darkside as we speak.
Cool. All right, cool. So I encourage anybody listening who wants a bit more fucking cheer in their world to check out the Emotionally 14 podcast, because I'll tell you what, the last Crazy Train we recorded, which has gone live by the time this is out, was fucking great. It was so good. I was so happy to be back doing it.
How many people of the Crazy Train are dead since we started doing this? Like, because they've been hunted.
What, the cast? 0. They're all alive.
They're not trophies.
No.
They're not worth keeping.
No.
Nobody was hunted.
Nobody was willing to put in money for conservation efforts for my contributors.
Staff.
Yeah, the contributors.
Somebody believes that a personal hover transport
staff get
is the way
paid.
it's going to go.
I haven't checked that.
Staff get paid.
Myself.
Can't be me.
I'll have a look in a minute.
But on the upside, I'm just looking at the fourth one. We've got 4 votes and 100% maybe I have. So there are 4 Sados in the world. Are they any of those you by any chance?
None of them.
You just don't want to admit it.
No.
I can't remember if I answered it. I know I retweeted it.
Well, I'm reading. Shut up.
Have you done a forced door? Have you forced a door, Paul?
Forced door.
What?
Have you ever tried to force close a door?
Force what? A door?
Oh my God!
Right, Paul.
No,
have you ever tried to sit?
No,
have you ever been sitting with a door that's closed?
I've tried
to open it using your mind.
I've tried to use telekinesis on an airport chair because I had 47 years to wait and there was nothing else to do.
Right. Well, that's the same thing. That's a yes.
Well, yeah, but not being funny. If there was a phone book, I would have read it. So look, somebody's lying to me because I've got 4 votes and one of them is from you. I know Mark's. I haven't voted on yours. Hang on.
It's a lot harder to force open a door, by the way. It's easier to force close it. Because if you're force opening it, you're assuming it's latched. And I always find it tricky to undo the latch from a distance with the force. I can swing it left, right and centre.
Why can I never find your bloody tweet handle, Steve?
Why bother, Paul? Everything's fucked.
Yeah.
You should change your
You'll be dead
profiles.
by the time it happens, Paul. If global warming doesn't get you, Satan too will.
I've been reading about that. Apparently,
oh my God.
No. This isn't even new weapon. This isn't even new weaponry. I mean, they first announced this back in sort of March this year, and even then, apparently, most of the Western world were like, the technology being used on it is already out of date. And
but they have just successfully test fired and flown the first one. But it didn't have a warhead on it.
Oh, good.
Yeah, but the 2018 is when the first one's going to apparently be in.
But how much? I mean, is it any more of a threat when they've already got 24,000 other missiles? None of those have been used yet, so it's just another one that's going to be in the cupboard. So,
I mean, it's all rubbish. I totally believe you. It's just like, why are we still trying to out-weaponize each other when? Like we should be. If we all pulled our resources. I said this to you the other day, Paul. We were having a detailed email conversation about aliens and stuff. If there were aliens, and I don't, it wouldn't surprise me if there were watching us. Why not? Okay. It's more believable than God.
Right.
If there were, they would surely look at us and go, "Fuck this shit." There's no way we're landing there. These people are freaking insane. Like, they are 1,000 years behind us. They probably have trouble with cribbage, let alone advanced culture.
Cribbage is tricky.
It's tricky. A lot of sub rules.
What now?
Didn't Stephen Hawking say that any society, any alien civilization that arrived here, we wouldn't want them to, because they would react in an unfavourable way.
Well, like the documentary Science.
Yeah, because
I don't believe that, Mark,
they don't like water.
I believe if an alien race has got that technologically advanced, they will have gone through all the crap that we've gone through with money and power.
Why?
Otherwise, they wouldn't have got there.
Why?
That's the famous thing about our culture.
You're comparing an alien species to our current culture and species and timeline. They might be made of plastic energy.
Well, they might
what they might be made of.
I think they're going to have
kind of comparisons
reasonably
just
good
don't
intentions
exist.
if they're bothering to be here, because they wouldn't need us.
It might just be. Might just be. Caravanning the universe.
They
might
just want to claw my rectum out like they do to those cows.
Gotta rectums out.
And you know what? Go for it. I'm going to die anyway. Call me rectum out. Go on. Fuck it.
Yeah,
that's all recorded.
You grey-eyed cunt.
He's actually talking about something that's true, Mark. Honestly, we were in Birmingham at a UFO conference, which was really good. But one guy was obsessed by the fact that all these foxes and sheep and that.
And he spoke in a northern accent. It's like every other word.
All the animals had their rectums gored out.
Oh, here's another picture. This cow's got his rectum gored out.
Seriously, this went on for 15 minutes.
It's missing to arse.
Honestly, by the time we'd finished, I wanted to cornhole Paul. I'll fucking call you rectum out. Get in that hotel room.
I woke up in the middle of the night with South Park music.
We did share. It was funny. We shared a hotel room, and I literally ran in and went, "Shit, we got a jacuzzi bath!" And I stripped off all my clothes, jumped in it, and I did it so fast I didn't read the bubble bath instructions, and I thought it was one thing of bubble bath for one bath. So I poured the whole lot in. Paul walked in the bathroom, and there was a foot of foam on the floor. And he was mopping it. I was like waving my arms around like I was in heaven. And Paul was desperately trying to mop the floor with a towel.
Only you could do that, Steve.
It was awesome.
I don't care because I snored all night and he didn't sleep. It was nice.
No, he did cluck like a motherfucker.
Deary me.
If you ever slept with Paul,
Darkside, it's fine.
He does this every 5 seconds.
All right, okay.
And as Natalie will attest. I don't know if you do it anymore, do you, Paul? Yeah, that's it. It sounds like a guinea pig on acid.
That's a frame of reference.
Yeah, I know, right? Is that why you're banned from pets at home?
No, I'm banned from having pets at home, but I can go and perv in the actual store.
You can go and perv. Right.
This is the most disturbing After Darkside I think we've ever done.
That's in a way, isn't that terrifying? Considering some of the shit we've talked about.
The point I was making about the alien life is, and I do get where you're coming from, Paul, but any aliens that are watching us, if they wanted to take over the Earth for resources or for our rectums or whatever, they would have done it already. They wouldn't be standing here monitoring us unless
our
there was
rectum's a power source that I'm not aware of.
Well, it's weird how they always go for the rectum.
Yeah, what is that about?
Methane.
Is that what it is?
20 times more a warming chemical than carbon dioxide. So maybe it is methane.
It's the cow's fault we're all dying.
That's it.
It is. 23% from cow's ass.
Tossers.
Cows are tossers.
Taste nice.
But
they taste delicious.
Paul and I are on. We're on we're on the same side, but different sides of the fence. If you know what I mean.
We're on the same side
with aliens. We both believe. I believe there's something going on, but I'm not sure what.
Right.
You're talking about life in general there, Stephen.
Yeah. There's too much evidence.
But it all doesn't fucking matter.
It doesn't matter. Because the Earth will heal itself, hopefully without humans. The tragedy is, the only beauty of humanity is that we can appreciate beauty itself. And with us gone, no one will go, fucking hell, look at that sunset. Or
I think you're forgetting about Marion Cotillard.
You're
saying about the only beauty in the world. She's gorgeous.
She is, but she'll be gone as well.
Yeah.
How do you know birds don't just sit on the posts at Whitstable staring at the sun going,
well, there's possibly
they can get close to it as well.
Elephants and dolphins may do.
Lots of animals.
I just heard you so bad, Steve. There. I thought you said elephants and dolphins mate. I was like, that sounds horrendous.
You know what a dolphin's favourite entertainment media is? A
The-
podcast.
I was going to say this could be a way to go out of the show, but now I'm going to take that back.
You liked it.
So did you guys all enjoy the rap battle? Because that finished.
Yeah, that was
fantastic.
That was fantastic.
That finished. That finished the most recent
link now.
I'll send you a link. Hang on.
It didn't go. James's final part didn't go out yet, no?
Yeah, it did.
When?
Yeah, it went out in. By the time this went live, it's gone out about a week ago because it went out in their new Sith Disturbers.
I haven't heard that yet.
Have you not? It's literally just gone like late this afternoon, I think.
Oh, right.
It's their new show, Sith Disturbers. I think they've been inspired by our example.
Yeah, they now have a second show. That's awesome.
Yes, they do, and it's their kind of. It's a little bit more. It's still Star Wars themed, but they're kind of splitting out some of the bits and pieces. I heard the new. It's not new look, is it? It's new listen, Tumbling Saber. And it was good. I enjoyed it a lot. It was a lot shorter. It's like an hour and a half.
Yeah, I loved it. I thought their episode was superb this week.
It was really tight. Yeah, it was great. I had to skip a bit of it because I'm behind on Rebels, but otherwise I was good.
Wendy popped. The rap battle was really good, and I was just talking to Lisa about it this evening, mate, saying what a good job I thought you did.
Oh well, thank you very much. I've tried to represent for TSW, so
leaps and bounds from your first rap to the third one.
See, I've got a certain soft spot for the third one. The first one. The third one I think is probably the strongest, but I have a real soft spot for the first one because it's the introduction of it all.
They definitely, you and James sort of complement each other with lyrically with the sorts of things you were writing about was absolutely fantastic, really, really funny.
Yeah, but this is, we tried to, the thing about it is we tried to have pops at each other, but what I found is because we don't, we've only just kind of got to know each other really. I mean, keep in mind, obviously, I've not been part of Talk Star Wars for the full year. And obviously we only really got dealing with Tumbling Saber a few months in. So I don't really know James fantastically well, and obviously we never met. I've never spoken to him on a video call or anything like that. I've spoken to him on an audio call because I guess it's one of their episodes when you guys were at Celebration.
That's right.
But we don't, we knew each other well enough in terms of what our hobbies are and what our interests are and stuff. But you don't necessarily know when you've not met somebody that recent. You've met somebody relatively recently. You don't know what's going to upset them if you make a pop at something of something relevant to their character and it's something that actually is quite upsetting to them. You don't know, do you? So we were both a bit wary of that. And what ended up happening was we relaxed into it a bit as we went along. So by the end, we were having some sort of good-natured barbs at each other. And in the early stages, we were a bit too nice. So I think if we do it again, and I think there's a good possibility that's going to happen, then we will be much more. It will be much more from the off. It will be sort of, all guns blazing. It will be sort of handbags at dawn, quite frankly. But it will be. It won't be so much. It won't be as guarded. It will be a bit more. We'll be a bit more willing to experiment with sort of pushing the line. Trying our luck a bit. I'm just trying to find. Paul,
you should definitely get all six raps together.
Yeah, well,
I've never even heard any of these.
We've already talked about doing that. I'm just about to put a link in the show chat, which is.
Oh, okay. Guys, I'm shooting off.
Yeah, let's wrap this up. Actually,
thanks for that, Steve.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, we did.
I must listen to those. I'm just about to put arm fucking off.
That's it. Yeah, that'll do me.
Let's just wrap this up because we've got plenty. We did plenty before we kicked off the main show tonight, so we've got plenty of After Darkside material.
Indeed.
Wasn't there something you wanted to do, Mark?
I've done it, mate. I did it in the in part one. But if you stick around, I'll play it for you after we've hung up. Stick around. After we stop recording. Right. Let's just sign off then. So I'm Talk Star Wars on Twitter.
I'm Movie Score News, and I'm happier than Steve.
I'm really, really wishing I meet a Vaquita in the next year because there's only 60 left in the wild, and there's a cetacean, by the way, a whale. Goodbye.
He's also on Twitter.
Goodbye, Vaquita. Nice not knowing you.
I thought it was that Spanish tart you liked.
At Stephen_Ware.
Stephen_Ware.
That's it.
Rob?
I'm at Rob Wade Vision.
And we'll see you next week.
Yeah. Wrap off.
It's good job people like this loose format, isn't it? I don't know why they do. Okay. Laters.
See you later, guys.